You know, now that I got my endorphins pumping, you know, I got my my natural painkillers going, got my my whoop-de-woos, my woe-de-woes, my hoo-hoos, and my ho-hos. I got an idea for a new thing for my video. It's called ambush, right? So ambush an old man, ask a question, get in, get out, right? Get in, do work, get out, right? Alright. There's nothing. Hope he ain't packing. Ambush. Why is the Mayweather pack fight gonna go 12 rounds?
Nope.
Why?
Because they're too old. They're old fights like me.
Wow. So how many rounds is it going?
8.
Told you. Told you. You heard it first. You want to put some money on it?
$10.
Bet the guy with a boxing glove for a face. Alright, we like our privacy around here. Janot's Irish Boxing Glove for Texas. Ambush. Alright, guys. My workout's finished. So, it's not even close yet, actually. But, you know, make a video on the heavy bag today. A couple pointers on the heavy bag. A couple things to remember. A couple things that I do. A couple things that are good to do. A couple things that are not good to do. A couple of things that one would call detrimental. All boxing is 90% mental, and it's 10% physical. But that 10% physical will take everything you have from you. And that's how you need to train. You know, oh, I need some water. You know, oh, my nose is running. You know, blow it out. You don't have time for that. You know, my nose is running. You're boxing, man. You got guys gonna be punching you in the face in 2 seconds. Your nose is running. You have to focus your mind. It's the most important thing that there is to do. And I've seen way too many guys just go out there and even though they're quick, you know, their head's not in it. They're not becoming better fighters. They're not progressing. They're not developing. They're stuck. You know, they go out there and they get on their heavy bag. Or they go to the gym. They get on their stand-up bag. You know, most gyms have a 50, 60 pound stand-up bag, you know, heavy bag. We all have our opinions on that, but the thing about it is, you know, Marciano trained on a big old bag like that, and he said, you know, if you train on this bag, ain't gonna be able to drop. There's not gonna be an opponent that's gonna be able to do anything. If you're throwing around a 150 pound heavy bag, and you can nail it in the guts and swing it 4 feet, how's a guy gonna take a shot like that? That's a power punch from Tyson. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, you know, I can make a 150 pound bag swing, and Tyson's would break my spine, ribs, rupture all internal organs, and the damage cavity created by just his fist, him pulling his fist out of my body. It's not to be forgotten. Back to what we were talking about, the heavy bag. So, let's do this. Yo, Janot's Irish Boxing, Weatherford, Texas. I think it's March 14th. I'm going to show you a couple things I've been working on the bag, part of my morning workout. I am ready to get on it, so peaceful. And it's no never no more, but I pray all over it. In the Wild Rover remains again. And now I'm returning to the Golden Great Store. I never will play the wild. never no more. Only the wild rover. Now, all the things that I did correctly in that video, there was a lot of wrong. Because you have to understand, what I was trying to show with that video is, you know, what you get caught up doing. I wasn't breathing because I was singing, right? It was really hard for me to focus on that and not breathing, you know, because I'm punching myself out. But that's what a lot of these guys do, you know, guys at the gym. You know, they see a pretty girl or a meathead, you know, and they get distracted. But right after I said rover, when I first started singing, right after the word rover, I focused through 1 2. And being able to do that, being able to focus yourself enough to where you're aware of every movement of your body, even the minor ones. Or trying to be aware of, even before I throw my jab, I move my head a little bit or whatever it is. Try to be aware of everything that's going on in your body. One of the greatest tools that I ever learned was how to relax my body completely before I start working on my angles for my shots. You know, but if you'll look at all of what I was doing, you'll see that technically there's some stuff wrong with it. Part of it's my style, part of it was just wrong. Part of it I did on purpose, part of it I didn't. But I wanted to illustrate how easy it is to get caught up in, we're just hitting the bag and banging it up and do. You know, it's easy to get caught up in that, but you're never going to progress as a fighter if you get caught in that. Ever. Hey guys, it's March 14th. This is Janot's Irish Boxing, Weatherford, Texas. That's a truck, and this is how to hit a heavy bag. Whoa, easy there, gung-ho. Give you a couple pointers first. You know. Let's talk don'ts on the heavy bag. Don't ever hit a bag that's moving towards you. Don't ever walk past the bag and hit it. Hold that thought. You know, in that last clip, you'll see me do kind of something funny with my hand, you know, before I throw it. And what that is that's me dabbing his jab, or whatever it's going to be. Not only does it get me moving, it gets my momentum up, to where my energy is easily transferred, both with a relative low impact on my strength, but at the same time it increases my speed when I throw. You know, it's going with your body's natural movement. You know, for your jabs and your hooks, you know, a straight line in is the fastest way. Technically speaking, you know, if you're throwing your jabs, you know, guys come up and, you know, they're trying to keep some space in between their chin and their opponent, you know, and you know, if you do that, you know, and you pull and you raise your chin, you know, you're taking all your momentum out of your jab. If you're throwing your jab with your elbows cocked, you know, I mean, not only are you telegraphing your shots, but you're taking all the power out of it. If you come in with your jab and you come straight up the middle on your hooks, and, you know, straight, the more you flare your elbows, the more power you're going to lose, the more you're going to telegraph your punches. I cock my elbows out a lot. The only reason I do it is because I'll throw about 2 hooks in the beginning of a fight, Those two hooks, two wicked wild hooks, make you think my angles are all wild. Next time I cock my elbow, what do you think's coming? A hook, right? Okay, so it's all about the bait. One of my favorite shots is to come in, flare my elbow out for the first couple jabs, and then I'll flare my elbow out again. But when I'm flaring my elbow out, I'm actually putting my weight on my front foot. I'm gonna pivot in. Once my back foot hits the ground, at the time my back foot hits the ground, a split second later, my two is going to connect overhand. An overhand cross to the head, which is going to be more than powerful enough to get through your opponent's jab, which is what he would be throwing, more than likely. If he does move, you know, I'm stepping to the left, he's most likely going to be moving to the left. You'll find that a lot of boxers can't deal with a guy, or they have a hard time dealing with a guy who moves to the right. One of the most underestimated things you can learn how to do is learn how to move to the right, because it confuses a lot of them, confuses a lot of opponents. You know, finding out what angles work for you while at the same time maintaining the basic principles of form, breathing, technique, and so on and so on. That's really the most important thing. And if you're not getting better at the bag, if you don't see a change in your punches, your speed, if you can't take your gloves off and throw your shots and they're really quick and snappy and they're coming right back, you know, you're not doing anything. And I've seen, you know, I could sit out here all day and punch myself out on this bag, or I could take the 2 hours that I do to do it the correct way. You know, and that's one of the biggest things with a heavy bag. A lot of guys want to come out here, knock it around. You know, in the video with the Mayweather fight, you know, I was just out here, I'm sticking my chin out, throwing hooks, throwing flaring telegraph hooks, you know, just messing around, you know. But when it comes down to it, be ready for the ding ding, right? Ding ding, ding, ding ding. You weren't ready for it. It's your problem. I'll give you a brief explanation about what I did there. There's a reason why I film things the way I do. Most importantly, you know, I'm by myself. Working on a heavy bag, you know, a sway bag like I have, it's kind of hard to do by yourself. If you're not always willing to be moving and you're not always paying attention. But did you see, you know, you can discern certain things from the way I film. Like, did you see how close I got to the camera when I was talking about my little, I flare all the time. You know, how funny, right? You know, it's got, you know, I don't make these videos for me. The only time I film myself throwing punches is when I need to study it. I don't move my head a whole lot when I'm throwing my shots. My head's stationary, just waiting for a counter punch, you know. And I notice that, and that's how I notice that, is I film it. But there's other reasons why I do these videos the way I do them, and that's if you'll notice in the last clip when I was talking about me, you know, one of my favorite shots is to come in with a jab, you know. Put my weight on my front foot, pivot in, pivot to the left, in, as an Orthodox fighter, in, and come with an overhand right. What you have to understand is that leaves you open for jabs, uppercuts, jabs, hooks and uppercuts. Putting yourself out there like that. But if you'll notice, I said, you know, by the time my back foot hits the ground, okay, that's a false statement. My back foot never leaves the ground, it simply slides. Okay? Now, I try to keep all this in mind, you know, before I go telling secrets, and, you know, let you know what you really need to do to separate the man from the boys. So that's why I don't film my workouts. I don't film my 30-30s. You know, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. You're letting out too many secrets, you know. So, you know, that's why I wait till the middle of this video. This is probably 8 to 10 minutes in this video, and now I'm only starting to to give you. I mean, I'm about to give you like a 10, a breakdown, boom, 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 of things to do and things not to do on the bag. And the reason why I put it in the middle of the video is, you know, average view time on these videos is 1 minute, 18 seconds. You know? I don't make these for me. I don't make them to get popular, you know. I simply make them to, one, remind myself of how far I'm coming, right, as a measuring tool for my abilities, and to help the guy who's struggling with the same thing I struggled with when he first started. And that's why I do them. That's why I hide the little nuggets of wisdom right in the middle of the video. Right? I flare my elbows all the time.